Hey, this is Rick with Social Good Software. In this short demo, I'm going to be sharing with you how the online template tool works. We're going to be taking a quick look at some of the features that we offer, and we'll look into some of the technical aspects that go into creating these online templates. So just as a quick refresher, we offer two tools that work with your web forms. We have our handy online template that allows you to modify all your web forms globally. So this will change the look and feel of your donation forms, your ticket forms, your program forms, your membership form, pretty much anything being sold online. The online template tool will do it for you. So again, this is the look and feel of the form. And we also have our handy checkout flows tool that allows you to target specific forms. So if you have summer camps, if you want to add a upsell option for a specific program, those types of things can be done through the checkout flows tool. Now, specifically, we're going to be taking a look at the online template tool here today, but we do offer these two tools that allow you to really customize the experience that your online visitors get to see when they're making a purchase. So let's go ahead and click on the online template tool here. This is going to go ahead and take us to the designer. I'm going to pop over to the settings tab here, and I'm going to show you a couple things that we offer regarding how the online template tool works. The first thing you will see here is these settings that we provide, and then all these options that we offer on this side to fill in some of these options that we have when you enable these settings. So the very first one here is publish the template. What this does is going to go ahead and publish all of our changes to the site. The online template tool option that we have here, when you enable this takes care of over 100 usability issues that we found with the all true web forms. So this publishes it. This fixes around 100 issues that we have found that make the forms a little bit more accessible for people when they're actually checking out. The next thing here is the translation menu. And what this does, it just makes your web forms accessible to different languages, such as Spanish, Portuguese, French, that type of thing. So pretty much we give you a wide range of languages you can select from when you enable this option. The other option that we have is this member dialog. And when you enable this, you get to choose how this member dialog is shown. You can show it once an hour, once a day, once a week, that type of thing. And all this does is it prompts your members to log in so they can get their member benefits. Now, we're not replacing the login functionality within AllTrue. We're just simply enhancing it by showing the guests they can either join to become a member, log in to get a member discount, all that fun stuff they get to see through that member dialog. Now, here's where you have to enter all the URLs for that member dialog to work, such as the website URL, the cart page URL, the membership URL, the membership email, membership phone, registration URL, and then recover password URL. So you got to make sure you enter all this information here to make sure this member dialog works correctly. And then the next thing here is this WCAG 2.1 standard. And what this does when you enable it is it allows you to be able to access the web forms with either a screen reader or a braille reader. Now the web forms by default in AllTrue are really tricky for those devices to work. So what this does, it just makes it simply accessible for those folks to be able to actually use the form with a braille reader or a screen reader without having to go through a bunch of hurdles and usability issues. So this really brings it more accessible for those that are actually using the web forms. Then we also have a handy email validation service. And the way this works is when you're typing in an email, we actually validate the email in real time with the MX records of the DNS. And all that means is that we're simply going out to the mail servers and asking, hey, is this email actually correct? Can we deliver mail to this email? And we get it back with a yes or a no. If it's a yes, they get a little green check mark that says, yes, you are good to go, and the email is valid. If it's a no, they get a little suggestion to be able to correct the email. So they get a little red box that says, hey, it looks like you have a typo, or it looks like this mail is not deliverable. Do you want to go ahead and change it? And people can go ahead and adjust that there as well. And then we do the same thing for address validations. So we go and check with the US Postal Office to make sure that the address validation works. So we'll go ahead and validate the address to make sure that it's deliverable via mail. So this is the address that the US Postal refers. Most people get the zip code wrong or the street wrong. They're pretty good on the cities. The zip codes they get wrong as well. but this goes ahead and corrects a lot of those problems for us, where it standardizes what they give us into something that is normalized for the US Postal Office to be able to deliver the actual mail. And then we have these two other handy features here. We have Google Tag Manager and an enhanced e-commerce module. All this does here for Google Tag Manager, it gives you this Google Tag Manager ID. And what this does is it allows you to be able to embed Google Tag Manager from Google into your Ultra web forms. Now, if you're not familiar with Google Tag Manager is a tool that's provided by Google that they allow you to be able to manage tags that allow you to be able to do specific things on the pages, like tracking, modifying the page, adjusting certain values, getting IDs out, that type of thing. So that's what Google Tag Manager allows you to do. And then we also have an enhanced e-commerce module. And what this does is it works in conjunction with Google Tag Manager to be able to create a data layer model based on what's being purchased. And all that means is that we're grabbing who's purchasing, when they're purchasing, how they got there to purchase, and what they're purchasing. So this includes the item name, the quantity, the date, the number of transactions, the total value for the cart, whether the cart was abandoned, whether the purchase was actually completed, what stage of the part of the sales process they're in. So this does a lot of sophisticated tracking for your marketing team. So if you are marketing, more than likely you know what the enhanced e-commerce module is in Google Analytics. We're just simply providing you a data layer model that can be sent over to Google Tag Manager. And once it arrives in Google Tag Manager, then it's sent over into Google Analytics, where all that data can be tracked, measured, and analyzed. All right, so that's the settings tab here. If we pop over to the assets tab, here's where we kind of give you all of the functionality you need to get this working. The first thing here is the embed code. And what this does is you're able to embed this code into your Ultra web forms, and it allows us to talk to the web forms through this script. So it's very important when you get this installed that you just simply add this script here to your Ultra instance, and you'll be able to go ahead and get all of these functionality working with those forms. So this is how we're able to talk to the Ultra web forms, is through this script here. So it's very important that you just copy and paste that in there. Now we also have the footer markup, and this is all the markup that we generate for the footer and the header. Here's all the header markup that we generate. Right now, I don't have any here because I haven't set this up, but pretty much here's all the markup that you have to copy and paste into the Ultra Page Designer. And then finally, the CSS code, and this is all the CSS code that we generate that you have to, again, paste into Ultra. So this is all the code we generate for you. And then finally, the embed code that you're able to add in there to be able to get that set up. If you have any issues about setting up the embed code, there's this little question mark you can click on, and this will give you a guide of how to go and actually do this. So it's pretty straightforward on how to get that set up there. And then finally, on the file section here, here's where you can upload all your assets. So we give you a header logo, we give you a favicon you can upload, a footer logo, a footer background, and then a header background. These two are optional, but the rest you can definitely go ahead and set those up. All right, very good. So that's pretty much a quick overview here of the online template tool. And that's going to go ahead and do it here for me. Once again, this is Rick from Social Good Software. Hopefully you found this video helpful. We're always looking to improve and make things better. If something was not clearly explained in this video, or maybe you just are still a little bit confused and have some additional questions that we didn't talk about in the video, don't worry, we're here to help. Please go over to Social Good Software/feedback. You're able to provide us feedback on this training. You're able to provide us feedback on the software. We're always looking to improve. So if you have any suggestions, please reach out to us. Again, socialgoodsoftware.com/feedback. You'll be able to go ahead and share your thoughts with us, and we're always happy to help.